How's everybody doing today? I got a terrible story to tell. It's terrible. Down here in Detroit, it's alleged, all alleged. Nothing is substantial right now. A young lady was in a relationship with a man. Uh, she moved on out of that relationship and got another man. The ex couldn't take it. He couldn't take the fact that she moved on and found love somewhere else. So allegedly, he unalived her, the mother, and the 9-year-old niece. Now, it's not allegedly that they were unalive, but it's allegedly that he did. This is I'm talking about the ex. Not only did he unalive them, but he put them in a car and set the car on fire and burned them beyond recognition. Tell me what the fuck is going on. You're talking about a 9-year-old little girl. Her auntie and her grandmother. What the fuck is the world becoming to? What is Detroit? What are we coming to, man? What is we doing out here, man? Explain it to me. What are we doing out here right now? We all we got. And we knocking ourselves off. Why? Can't understand, man. But look here, my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to the lady that lost her daughter, which is the sister and the daughter of the mother. My heart goes out to you, and my prayers goes out to you and your family that had to deal with this and had to go through this. It has to be, man. It gotta drive you crazy, man. But man, y'all watch this video. And you let me know what you think. And after the video, I want you to like and subscribe to this channel and share this video. Click that link below.
In the heart of Detroit, Michigan, in a neighborhood near 30th Street and Milford Avenue, a loud boom would cause people in the area to call 911 after they seen an SUV go up in flames. As the fire spread, it became a terrifying scene, and neighbors were left on edge as to how the car got there and, more importantly, why it was on fire. The fire department arrived and extinguished the fire. Things would go from bad to worse once law officials found multiple people inside the vehicle. During the very early stages of the investigation, authorities were working hard to find out who the people were that lost their lives, and was the fire the cause of them losing their lives, or was there something more sinister that took place? Detroit native Courtney Ajanay Davis had just celebrated her 23rd birthday at the end of March 2025 and seemed to be in a good place in her life. Not that long ago, she had gotten into a new relationship with a young man that I will refer to as B, and the two enjoyed spending all their free time together. According to B, the two were darn near in each other's skin because they spent just that much time together, and he considered Courtney the most beautiful soul he ever met. However, there seemed to be one big problem in the way of their relationship, and that problem was her ex. The young man that allegedly caused Courtney so much heartache and pain would not accept the fact that she had moved on. According to loved ones, she was trying to get away from him for a whole year with help from people who cared for her. The ex, who allegedly goes by Beat DiAgio on social media, was said to be stalking her new man's house, but no one could have ever dreamed that he would take things to the tragic level he did. So in the early morning hours of Sunday, April 6th, is when loved ones will find out just how evil Courtney's ex was. Inside of the burning car I talked about were 3 bodies, 2 adults and 1 child. All of the victims were said to be burnt beyond recognition. The bone-chilling scene was something out of a nightmare. As word spread in the community, no identities were released to the public because it was to be determined. However, loved ones of the victims took to social media. One said, "At this time, I am reaching out to share that the 3 bodies found in the car Sunday morning on 30th Street are believed to be 2 adults and 1 child. My daughter, my sister, and my mother, although this has not been officially confirmed. I kindly request that everyone refrain from calling me, as I have so many questions as you do, and I am still seeking answers. I appreciate the condolences and prayers." While gathering more information, the message appeared to be written by Courtney's older sister, who I will refer to as E. So when you break down what E said, in the message, the other 2 people turned out to be E and Courtney's mother, 44-year-old Sandra Leona Davis, and E's 9-year-old daughter, Ava. This, of course, left the community even more mortified, because who would do this to 3 females, especially a 9-year-old? Another loved one wrote, "My auntie Sandra Davis, my cousin Courtney, and my baby cousin Ava were unalived by the hands of a boy who could not control his emotions, unalived an innocent child. I am only posting this because I hate that everyone is running to Facebook to tell my family's business, but it has not been confirmed that the bodies found in the car are my relatives. We are simply connecting the dots." More and more family and friends started leaving their condolences on social media, making the tragedy more real. Within a day, police had arrested a person of interest in the crime, but still had not publicly released the victims' names. Authorities said the Detroit Police Department has taken one person of interest into custody. As part of our investigation into this tragic discovery, 3 bodies found inside of a burning vehicle on the city's west side. The Homicide Task Force, which involved the Detroit Police Department and Michigan State Police, is currently finishing the process of making a positive identification and is working with the families of the victims.
Yeah, one neighbor who called 911 indeed, and really for the victims of this entire thing, it's a horrible way to go. I'm told that those bodies were burnt up beyond recognition. Right where we're standing is actually where that discovery was made. These are the charred remains of that fire, but now the neighborhood is having to process this heinous crime.
Right before 6 o'clock this morning, firefighters responded to a car fire in a vacant lot at 30th and Milford on the city's west side.
Once the fire was extinguished, they observed 3 bodies in the vehicle, all 3 burned beyond recognition.
Police working to figure out what caused the fire. Was it intentionally set? Who are the victims? Were they killed, and then did someone set the car on fire?
Right now, we don't know anything other than the vehicle fire and what was inside the vehicle.
Right now, authorities are asking the public for help with this case.
The Detroit Police Department Homicide Task Force is handling this investigation. We're asking for the community's assistance and help. If you've seen anything or heard anything, please call 1-800-SPEAK-UP, or you can go to DetroitRewardsTV.com.
Yeah, and Camille, this is, as we said right at the top, it's a really difficult one. I suspect that because of where the vehicle was found, there really isn't any surveillance video that captured anything. So that likely is going to be difficult for investigators, too.
Yeah, exactly. But we went out there. You saw the video in the story. It's just a vacant lot. It's kind of a field. It's not even like on the road, so it doesn't look like they were in an accident and maybe they hit something and burst into flames. It doesn't look like that, right? Not a lot of houses in that area. A lot of them, the ones that were, some of them appeared to be abandoned. So, and not a high traffic area either. There were no businesses. We saw a couple churches. So really, police are going to, like I said, have their work cut out for them, and hopefully somebody knows something and does the right thing and calls authorities.
Later in the day, on Monday, April 7th, investigators revealed that Courtney and her mother, Sandra, were allegedly both shot and unalived, and little Ava tragically lost her life after being stabbed. The suspect then allegedly loaded all of them in the vehicle and dumped the car in the alley and set it on fire. The male suspect that is in custody is said to be the ex-boyfriend of Courtney's. A search warrant was done on a home on the city's east side, which revealed a horrifying crime scene. Inside the house was a 4-year-old boy who was said to be related to the victims. How can a man be so unhinged that he thought it was best to take the lives of 3 females, all because he could not be with the ex any longer? There was no regard for anyone in his path of destruction, and it is sickening and heartbreaking to think about. No person deserves to go through what they did, and I can only imagine how terrified and scared they were.
Detroit police today telling us that a person of interest is in custody. A family member confirmed to us the victims inside the vehicle were her mother, her sister, and her 9-year-old daughter.
Well, right now, there is a $5,000 reward for information that moves the case forward.
A day before yesterday, I heard one single gunshot.
The investigation of 3 bodies burned beyond recognition on Detroit's west side led to an east side neighborhood.
It was like 2:50 going on 3 o'clock in the morning. I heard one single gunshot, like, bah! And it stopped. 5 minutes later, I heard like a machine gun go off, like 5 or 6 times.
After that, Alfay Parker says things were quiet near Chalmers and Frankfort. No movement, no activity. But later that morning and throughout the day, Sunday, he says he saw Detroit police and Michigan State Police at the home across the street.
I was saying to myself, I hope ain't nothing happened to the people over there.
Parker learned police came to the home after finding a burning vehicle on the other side of town that morning. Detroit police say they have a person of interest in custody, but a motive hasn't been revealed.
We do have, some good evidence, but I have to really be tight-lipped to compromise the investigation. But I will tell you that there's no longer to the community, that it was an isolated case, but it's really a sad case.
Family members tell 7 News Detroit the 9-year-old girl lived at this home with her mother.
I have a 9-year-old child who was brutally killed. Is very disturbing to the Detroit community and to me. And so this case really got under my skin.
This crime truly makes me mad, and I feel so bad for the family, especially Ava's mother, who lost not only her little princess, but her beloved mother and her sister too. Thank the Lord the alleged suspect is behind bars and that he was caught so quickly. My thoughts and prayers go out to all that were involved, to the family, friends, and the entire community at such a dark time. I pray that full justice gets served sooner than later, and that the alleged suspect never is out in the free world again to hurt another family. So please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change